Hello, everyone, and welcome to our series on the incredible journey of Indian cricket. Today, we're going back to the very beginning, to a time when a new nation was finding its feet, and cricket was more than just a game, it was a symbol of hope. This is the story of how a colonial sport was transformed into the heartbeat of 1 billion people. Picture this, it's 1947. India has just gained independence. The country is in turmoil, grappling with the wounds of partition and the immense task of nation building. Amidst all this chaos, one sound echoed across the land, the sound of a cricket ball hitting a bat. This wasn't just a sport anymore. It was becoming the voice of a free India. India's first official Test series as an independent nation was against the mighty West Indies in 1948, led by the legendary Lala Amarnath. The team played with immense courage. They didn't win the series, but that wasn't the point. Every run scored, every wicket taken, was a statement to the world. India has arrived. The 1950s were a period of slow, patient growth. Imagine the challenges our early cricketers faced. The infrastructure was basic, training was almost non-existent by today's standards, and international tours were a luxury. Players would spend weeks traveling on ships, arriving in foreign lands with little time to acclimatize, and no professional coaches to guide them. What they had in abundance, though, was passion, and that passion paid off. In 1952, a historic moment unfolded in Madras. India defeated England for the very first time in a test match. The crowd erupted. This wasn't just a win on the cricket field, it was a victory for a nation's self-esteem. The all-round genius of Vinu Mankad and the solid batting of Pankaj Roy were not just individual feats, they were a collective assertion of dignity and hope for millions. In those days, cricket was a gentleman's game, played for honour, not for wealth. Players like Polly Umriga, Vijay Monureka and Nari Contractor were amateurs who held down regular jobs. They played purely for the love of the game, laying the groundwork for the generations that would follow. They were the unsung heroes, the dreamers who kept the flame of Indian cricket alive. Then came a man who would change everything. Mansoor Ali Khan, the Nawab of Patadi Jr., educated at Oxford. He brought a revolutionary mindset to Indian cricket. He was charismatic, confident, and utterly modern in his thinking. Tragically, he lost an eye in a car accident. But incredibly, this didn't stop him. He became one of India's most dynamic and inspiring captains. Pataudi's leadership was a game-changer. He instilled a new belief in the team. He told his players to be aggressive, to field with intent, and most importantly, to play without fear. He dismantled the old cautious mindset and taught the team to believe they could compete with and beat the best in the world. For a team still carrying the baggage of its colonial past, this was a monumental shift in psychology. India was no longer just participating, it was competing. As the 1960s drew to a close, the seeds of future greatness were being sown. This was the era when the world first got a glimpse of India's legendary spin quartet, Bishan Singh Bedi, Erapali Prasanna, Bhagwat Shundrasekar, and Srinivas Venkataraghavan, four names that would soon spin a web of magic around the world's best batsmen. Their emergence was a sign of the dominance to come. Victories were still rare, but the attitude had fundamentally changed. The Indian team was hungry. Across the country, stadiums were packed, and in every town and village, people huddled around radios, listening intently to the commentary. Cricket was no longer just a sport. It had woven itself into the fabric of Indian life. The journey from being mere spectators of a colonial game to becoming proud, confident competitors was complete. India hadn't conquered the cricketing world just yet, but it had learned how to dream. And as we'll see in our next episode, those dreams were about to turn into glorious, unforgettable triumphs. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next chapter in this epic saga. See you next time.